I like to ride my bike every day in the evening. Since I work remotely from my bachelor apartment, it's important to get out and take my eyes off the computer screen for a while. As soon as I finish my work for the day, I am always eager to get some fresh air. It rained for most of the day while I was working, but as luck would have it, the sun came out just before I went out for my daily ride. It was a beautiful time of day. Rays of sunlight pierced through the receding rain clouds, revealing a stunning blue sky. My tires splashed through some of the shallow puddles on the road as I made my way down the street. I usually go to a nice little park by the lake where they have a pull-up bar and some other workout equipment. It's not much, but after a full day sitting at my desk with my spine in the shape of a question mark, it is a good feeling to stretch out and get some blood flowing. The grassy area around the park was kind of soggy, even muddy in some places. There aren't any bike racks there, so I walked my bike through the park and leaned it against a tree. Then I headed over to the bar and crushed some mega huge sets of pull-ups. I am in great shape, with a body resembling that of a Marvel superhero, or possibly an Olympic swimmer. No big deal though. Once I finished my workout, I walked back to my bike. That was when I saw something that chilled me to the core. There was a small brown glob of something on both my front and rear tires that I didn't notice before. I didn't want to jump to any conclusions. It was a wet day, so maybe it was just mud stuck to the tires from the park. Deep down, my suspicion was that the unknown substance was something far more sinister than an innocent glob of mud after a rain. I decided not to worry about it for the time being. I still had the other half of my bike ride to enjoy, and I didn't want to let this ruin it. On my way home, I made sure to ride through every puddle I could find. My hope was that whatever was on my tires would be washed off. Then, I would never have to find out what it was. My neighborhood is a little rough, so I need to keep my bicycle inside the apartment. If I lock it up outside, it is guaranteed to be vandalized or stolen. So when I arrived at my front door, and the globs were still there, I knew the situation could get serious. At this point, I needed to face reality head on, so I leaned in, nose first, moving slowly towards the mysterious blob on my front tire. As I inched closer, I took in a cautious sniff. The smell confirmed my worst fears. The substance was poop. People who know me know that I hate poop, because in my opinion, poop is both stinky and it simply smells awful. Therefore, bringing the bike into my tiny apartment in this state was out of the question. My mind raced to come up with a way to remove this unholy goo. I rushed into my apartment to look for something that could clean the tires. My eyes caught a roll of paper towels that I keep on the kitchen counter. It was a long shot, but in my frantic state of mind, I was willing to try anything. I grabbed a few sheets and tried to remove some poop from the back tire. Unfortunately, it was futile. All I did was mush it around. It may have even made the problem worse. I took 2 deep, long breaths to calm down, so I could summon the power of my giant brain and come up with a better idea. I noticed an old bucket under the sink and filled it with soapy water. Then I grabbed a sponge from the kitchen and raced out the front door where my bike was waiting in the hallway. The soap foamed up as I began to scrub. This made it difficult to tell how much progress I was making. So I stopped for a moment to give the suds a chance to drain off. As the froth receded, an unfortunate reality was revealed. There was still quite a bit of poop trapped in the tread of the tire. It was then that I had a brilliant idea. My tires are quick release, so I could simply take them off and give them a thorough clean under the faucet in my bathtub. I removed the front wheel and carried it to the bathroom, where I turned on the bathtub water and set it to maximum heat. It worked better than any charm that I know of. The tire was spotless. Thrilled with this success, I decided it was good enough. The back tire is connected to the gears, and removing it would mean taking off the chain and likely covering my hands with grease. I brought my bicycle inside knowing there was still some poop on the back tire because it had only been cleaned with the sponge. I went about my business doing some super hardcore computer hacking, but after about an hour, I couldn't shake a feeling of disgust knowing there was still some residual poop stuck in the crevices of my back tire. Leaving it like that was not an option, so I carried my entire bicycle into the bathroom and positioned it so the back tire was directly under the faucet. Then, I repeated the process that was so successful just an hour before. Again, the results were remarkable. Both tires were entirely poopless. I put my bike away and breathed a large sigh of relief. It was an unusual day filled with many ups and downs. I hope it never happens again, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. Sometimes it is the toughest challenges that make us who we are, and on that day, I proved that when a difficult situation comes knocking, I will be there to answer.